No! I'm nearly at 4K. I want some
Maybe
away.
at 4K. Oh my god.
I want some
Oh my
away.
gosh, you're at 4K. Wow.
Oh, I hit 4K. Look, I hit 4K.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
fire, fire. Yeah, yeah. And I hit it with Noelius too. He's in there.
He don't care.
Nah,
He don't care, nigga.
Nah, I hit 4K with Noelius though. Nah, he was here to see
You
this greatness.
hit 4K with his presence in the chat, bro.
Nah, he was here. He was here. Wait, let me let me tell him I hit 4K.
He don't care, nigga.
Yeah, I hit 4K. Yeah, no.
Let's see how he responds. Let's see how he
he's gonna
responds.
show mad love though. He's gonna show mad love. First of all, we have a lot to talk about. As an addition to the normal and frost ape that we already have, in this update we have the new dark ape. And not only just that, we finally, after so long, we finally have the golden ape. And not just that, its eyes change color corresponding to which tail you have equipped. So if you have the frost tail, the eyes will be blue. If you have the dark tail, the eyes will be purple. And if you have the normal regular Saiyan tail, it will just be red. And of course, to get that golden silky fur in the first place, you need to master the ape form. But before we talk about the bigger things within this update, let's cover some of the smaller stuff. One being how they changed the way the aura looks when you charge. It's now way bigger and more theatrical. And I've said this before in the past, I'm not really a fan of these big theatrical effects. I like things more smaller and more impactful. But I don't hate it. It doesn't look bad. Now the next thing, this isn't really small. It is actually quite big. But they added enchantment fragments to purchasable fighting styles. What does this mean? If you have the Gogeta bundle, the fighting style that comes with it will have an enchantment slot. So you can put SD on there if you really wanted to. And initially, I thought this was quite cool until Vibin brought up a good point. But it's obvious the reason. It incentivizes people to go and buy the game passes with the fighting styles. And I have no problem with the devs trying to profit off their game, and I don't think this is the worst way in order for them to do this. But seeing an enchantment slot on the Keyblade would be cool. And I don't know why I call these changes small, because in reality these are actually really big changes. They completely changed the way the raid menu looks. It is now actually functional, it looks better, it feels better, and they improved it also. Not only the raid menu, but how the menu also looks in raids. Like when you die, the respawn, and also when the raid ends, the leave, everything just looks a whole lot better. Listen, okay, I hit 4K today, and now I'm gonna get Special Edition Beast. Never mind. Bro, I swear this happens every single time. You know, I'm not even gonna get angry this time, because one of these days, we will get a god or something better, and it'll be a very exciting moment. Okay, now let's talk about one of the main things in this update, which wasn't supposed to be for this update but just came out anyways. I mean, clearly you can see, like, okay, this is where the boss spawns in, right, on this little floating rock in the water. Clearly not much thought was put into this boss, but I digress. This is where the new Super Saiyan 4 boss spawns, and he also drops the black tail, the Super Saiyan 4 aura, the one I currently have on right now, and he drops the new move, the dual Masenko. There's been a lot of confusion with this boss regarding when it spawns and the rates, the drop rates for the items. Well, Noelius posted this in sneak peeks, which basically explains it all. So you can keep fighting him non-stop with beans, but if no one fights him for 10 minutes plus, in my experience fighting the boss, this is partially true. We was able to fight him non-stop with beans, but then after a certain amount of beans or fights, he just disappears, and then you wait for him to just respawn again. I don't know if there's like a limit to the amount of times you can fight him, but that's just what happened to me. Or once you fight him the first time, there's like a set time, and in that time frame you need to fight him as many times as possible. I don't know. The drop rates before before the update dropped, I was under the impression that the new aura was going to be a 1% drop, but clearly that's not the case because so many people have it, and even I got it on my first attempt. So it's clearly not 1%. It's some ridiculously high numbers. Same thing with the move. As you just saw, I got the dual Masenko, and this was my second ever time fighting the boss, so that's clearly not rare at all. But the dark tail, on the other hand, that might be 1% because I haven't seen a single person with the dark tail yet. So that might be something that we need to grind for. Is it worth grinding for? I don't know. Is it worth to become a black ape? We have a white ape, a black ape, and like a brown ape. So it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it. But more on the boss itself, there are a couple issues with it. The health of the boss is way too low. I even told Noelius this, and his response was that he didn't want to make it too hard for the end game players, which is understandable, but it's getting to the point where people can one-shot this boss. You can skip Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 2, all of that. You can just skip all of that and kill the boss straight away in one hit. If your supernova is strong enough, you will be able to one-shot the boss without it transforming. That's how weak this boss is, okay? This boss needs a buff instantly, and from the clips shown in the background, you can see this happening. This boss desperately needs a buff because it's literally taken away from other people trying to get the drops from this boss. It's already so hard to hit the boss as it is because there's so many other players. The low health as an addition just doesn't help anything. Alright, so this is the last thing I'm going to show you, and it's the new key move that you get from the Super Saiyan 4 boss, dual Masenko. This move is a close range AoE move. To me, this looks like a good PvP move. I'm not very much into PvP, but this is like a key explosion kind of move. Let's see the damage though. Let's see how much damage this does. So. Okay. All right. So it's like, okay, let's try that again. Okay, so it's 8 hits, 9 hits, 9 hits, and it does like 150k. That is actually really good for just a normal move. That is really good actually. Let's group them up like this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I can imagine it is like really hard to try and hit all of them at the same time. I don't know how useful it's gonna be. Oh, what was that? So if you just get hit in between it, it just stops. Oh, that was kind of weird. Okay, and it stuns too. It looks like it stuns. So it just holds them there while you're doing the move. Yeah, good move. That's a good move right there. That is the end of the video. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for 4K subs. I won't do too much thanking though. Just know that this summer we will be going crazy. We're going to be taking it one day at a time. Also join the Discord because I will be doing a 4K stream. And yeah, hashtag road to CC in Dragon Soul.